Let's go and think about it. There we are. Hey everyone.
Hello.
It is the Sunday before MegaCon.
Dun, dun, dun.
We still
got a 4-day weekend ahead of us.
We do have a 4-day weekend ahead of us. We didn't even realize it.
My body is ready. Okay.
But yeah, we are still gonna meet up Friday. Mm-hmm. We don't know where. We're thinking it might be like noonish, 1 o'clock-ish.
It's gonna be guerrilla style, yeah.
It's gonna be guerrilla style, so please keep a eye of Twitter. We will update everyone. We will have like a running MegaCon Twitter extravaganza.
Yeah.
And it's something because it's a little bit easier to update than Facebook. But we'll post the meetup at least on Facebook once we figure out when.
Well, I think we have to go there, scope it out, and then be like, oh, we'll meet.
Because I honestly don't know what side of the convention center it's on this year, even. Because there's the north or the west.
Yeah, even when I'm there, I never know where I am until
there's
I'm
like
there.
Cardinal directions. It's gigantic. So I need to figure out what's a decent place to, and what like landmarks to give you.
Right. Go to where the lady is with the weird corsets, steampunk style. I don't know.
There's like 4 of those. That's not going to help anyone.
Yeah. Well, they can narrow it down. We'll make it a little scavenger hunt. While we're here, pod cards have gone out.
Woo!
Those are done.
Next month's pod cards are already in creation. They will not be that late. I should say this month's.
Yeah.
They'll not be that late.
We're doing well. We're doing okay.
We're on top of things.
Lovely things.
Yeah.
I think we're good. If you care at all, a lot of people don't care. It's a very divisive thing, and if you don't care, that's okay too.
Ignore the feed if you don't care.
Us and the teacups care a lot about the royal wedding, so there will be a little cast for y'all here.
Yeah, we're gonna have an extra Patreon cast for like the 4 people who want to listen to our views on the royal wedding,
about royal wedding things, and a specific Episcopalian preacher.
Oh man,
yes.
And you know, I was only slightly because, as some of you may have heard, you know, one of us is planning for our own wedding early next year. So, you know, I had to take notes.
One of us is never having a wedding. One of us will be eloping sometime in the future.
If only. So, because you know, the wedding will clearly be on the scale.
Yeah.
Of Harry and Meghan.
Oh, absolutely. I expect nothing less from you.
I mean, I was lucky enough to get a date at St. George's Chapel.
Well, of course. I'm going to wear the padding like Kate for you.
Okay.
And a fascinator.
Oh, of course, a fascinator.
And I will also drive the carriage.
Awesome. Yeah. Good to know.
All together.
I mean, we're going to hold this off so that we get to the wedding one.
Okay. So are we good?
I think we're good.
Let's get the show on the road.
Okay. Ready. Recording. What number is it?
125.
125. Welcome to episode 125 of There's No Place Like Terra, a Stargate First Watch Rewatch podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace. And today we're going over season 6, episode 15, Paradise Lost. Let me tell you something really fun. Okay? So I had an AKA and somehow I deleted it. So now it reads, because of my notes, Paradise Lost, AKA hot dogs. So that's the AKA. I'm going to stick with it. In the moment.
My AKA is the good, the bad, and the space arugula.
Well, I had a space arugula thing too.
Because it reminded me sort of like the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
Just because it's 2 people that hate each other being stuck on the planet together.
This episode has my favorite Stargate scene ever. And we all know which one it is, but we'll wait till we get it.
Is it because it feels?
Well, there are feels, but also actually the scene in particular is not the feely scene.
Oh,
it's one that I was just like, I could watch this over and over and over and over.
We'll get
in fact, at some point I was like, I'm sitting there in the room doing my notes, and boyfriend Jesse's in another room doing whatever he does because he's insane too. And I was like, you have to stop what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing, and come watch this.
I'm excited to hear.
I'm gonna watch this.
I'm excited to hear which one it is.
And then I was like, again.
So this first aired on January 8th, 2003. Welcome to a new year. New year.
So this is the new year.
All acquaintance be. Okay.
I don't feel any different. We're just singing very different songs, but I like this mashup we're doing.
Yeah, it's a good mashup.
Death Cab for Old Lang Syne, if you will.
This was written by Robert Cooper, directed by William Garrity, who had some great fun with the shots in this episode.
Yeah,
we'll get to some of our favorites. Really no new guest stars, but it's always wonderful, horrible to see Tom McBeef back. And Bill Dow as Dr. Lee.
I'm sorry, I just heard Tom McBeef. And I don't know why I heard that. And I got distracted.
Tom McBeef.
Where is the McBeef?
That was... Obviously, you have to draw some comparisons between the title of the episode and John Milton's Paradise Lost, which was first published in 1667. It is super long. I have never read it.
I think I've read things from it.
I may have read passages. It's quoted often and shit. But
I think it was one of those where in like the AP English test there was something on it.
I'm sure. There's like a couple paragraphs.
Yes, I did the AP English test because that's who I am.
I took AP English. I don't remember any tests. If I did, I've blocked them out of my memory.
Yeah, that's smart.
And it's, you may have heard of it. It's all about it's all about
it's all about that bass.
It's all about that bass. It's all about the fall of man and Adam and Eve and tempted by Satan and apples and snakes and kicked out of Eden. You know the story as it goes.
Somebody needs to like make that. Okay.
It's been made many times.
Come with me.
Okay.
Come with me on this journey. There's an episode of Bob's Burgers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where Gene gets into competitive table making.
Not where I thought it was going.
I know. Just come with me here.
Okay.
Competitive table making. And they have to make table themes. And they set a table based on the theme. And he does one that's really cool. And then they have to do an on-the-spot version. And he's not prepared. So, like, they basically have to use whatever is in Linda, the mom's purse.
Yeah.
And it's like ketchup and tampons and just like, it's horrible.
Okay.
So, all of those things sound like a theme.
Why is there ketchup?
Because you don't have ketchup packets in your purse. I have ketchup packets in my purse. Okay.
Okay.
I'm broken.
To be fair, I have knitting always in my purse.
There you go. There's weird shit in the purses.
Tiny little knit projects.
Just little tiny projects.
They're little hexagons. And I just make little hexagons and then collect hundreds of hexagons and make it to a blanket. I'm done. Keep going.
Anyway, so that entire phrase. Yeah. What was it? Apples, Adam and Eve,
snakes, Satan,
Eden. I want that table theme. Somebody make me a table with that theme.
With some carved butter on it.
Yes.
It took Milton like years, like a decade or something like this to write this thing. And actually they sort of say it was like Tolkien writing Lord of the Rings, in which parts of it go back to super early in his life. He was writing parts of it for his whole life, and it was only at the end that he sort of dedicated to write this opus.
Just finish it, yeah.
He also wrote it entirely through dictation because he was completely blind by 1652.
Whoa, I did not know that.
I didn't know it either until I read it on the wikis.
Dang.
Yeah.
That poor man who gets 0 credit, or woman.
0.
Who knows?
Yeah. To be fair, it's 1652. It's a dude.
Yeah, it's a dude in the church.
So you know how we talked about Mary Shelley and Frankenstein a few weeks ago?
Yes, I know her.
This was another huge influence on her writing.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Kaylee was a huge influence as well.
Yes.
So it also became a major influence on a ton of other stories that we know and love, including Sandman by Mr. Neil Gaiman.
Nice.
Yep.
Another story that I've yet to finish.
Yeah.
Kaylee is very angry.
She does not like Sandman.
Okay. I can get a water gun.
The water gun's over there. She's quiet now.
Okay. Yes.
And
behind the scenes, guys.
Yep. And I'll be honest, my first reference to Paradise Lost was the scene in Animal House.
Oh, wow. That's a fun reach. I could not tell you what my first one is.
Because it's in Animal House, it's in an English class, and it's the professor that they get high with later. Okay. And he was like droning on about Satan, and he's like, listen, I find Milton as boring as you find Milton, but we just have to get through it.
I was a pretentious kid, so I probably was like, I'm going to read this on purpose.
Yeah, I was not.
Don't ask me anything about it, though.
I was the kid that went 4 years reading nothing but Star Trek novels.
Nice.
It was also a big factor, speaking of Star Trek, in the original Star Trek episode Space Seed.
Okay.
Which is infamous because it's the first introduction of code.
Oh, I have not seen the original yet. I'm still making my way through
Don't
TNG.
watch the original.
I got it.
I mean, okay, let me take that back. Do watch the original. Don't watch every episode.
Okay.
Find something to curate. Have Jesse curate it for you.
I'm into that.
Anyway, there's a ton of parallels you can draw from this story to Paradise Lost, but as I said earlier, I never read it, so I can't make them.
Somebody who knows what they're doing make them. I'm gonna go like what is it? Nope. Let's keep going.
Crib sheets? Crib notes?
Yeah, but there's like a YouTube version of it, like Thug Notes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go find Thug Notes version of Paradise Lost.
Yep.
And then I'll compare and contrast.
So previously on Stargate SG-1, we really hate Mayborn.
Ta-da!
We really don't trust Mayborn, but he sort of keeps helping us. We still hate him.
He's Loki.
He is a Loki.
He's a Loki of Stargate.
He's, he's no Tom Hiddleston. But
no. But as far as the actual, like, kind of hateful, but actually comes through in a pinch if we need him to.
Yep.
That's it. Like, he's family. In the way where he's like, I'm going to fuck with you, but I'm not okay with other people fucking with you.
Just don't give him a Tesseract to guard.
Yeah. No shit.
So anyways, we start the episode with Mayborn showing up at Jack's house, stealing a hot dog right off his grill.
Can we talk about this? Because what kind of animal just eats a hot dog with nothing but bun and dog?
Can I just say, it depends on the quality of the dog.
Unless you're in a competitive eating thing.
No. I have had, now listen, it's always going to be better.
Yeah.
But I have had hot dogs that are quality enough that you don't need it.
See, I think to me, a hot dog is delicious, but it's a means to all the toppings. Okay. But again.
Well, when you're trying to steal it real quick before Jack comes out, just for the show.
But it does make sense why he needs to steal that beer, because he's like, oh God, this is dry.
And at least it's Guinness.
That's true.
I mean, quality beer at least.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it to Jack. Jack's going to drink.
Oh, well, he's only going to,
And listen, he might, I think he's never, he's not, say, a craft beer person.
No.
But he's also, he's not going to be drinking Coors or PBR.
Yeah.
I think he'll do a Yingling easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High-end stuff you can buy at the grocery store.
Exactly. He loves a Boston Lager.
Yeah.
But really, Mayborn is here because the president is coming to the end of the second term, and he's hoping for one of those fancy pardons that they give out when they don't really give any shits about getting reelected anymore. And I also love the part where they both know that Jack's lying about the Prometheus.
Yeah. He's like, wait, I know things.
And they point out how bad at lying he is.
It's like, please stop trying.
And then Mayborn starts his lies early and often.
Yes, that's what he does.
The planet that Mayborn wants to go to is the same planet, quote unquote, that Simmons was trying to get to when he stole the Prometheus. Either way, Mayborn will give him the address to the planet, which doesn't have a ton of weapons or whatever the hell the planet had that Simmons wanted to go to, but for the low price of a presidential pardon.
What a deal.
Yeah.
What a deal.
So, and then we get a wiener joke because...
You are what you eat.
You are what you eat.
Which means I am bananas. Which feels very appropriate.
Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
We've learned that I realize this now, and I did not realize the unnatural amount of bananas I eat. To the point where if someone at work has a banana that they're like, I can't eat this anymore, Grace will eat it.
Yeah.
Because I like.
Well, I give you my bananas when they get, yellow.
Yeah.
Which is
as opposed to green.
I only like green bananas because I'm weird. Anyways, Mayborn drops the address to the planet directly into the tiny little travel barbecue he has.
Yeah.
Not caring if it burns because it's no good without him. He has the code. Yep. There's some impenetrable doorway protecting whatever the hell is there, and he has the only key.
I am what you need.
And I do like how Jack pours beer on it to try to put it out.
Yeah, well, you gotta do something.
And credits.
Yeah.
So we come back, our team is sitting around the briefing room with Hammond, and they're just trying to see if they can get through the door without the key, basically.
I love this, and I love that it's Sam's idea. She's like, well, is there a way to do it without him?
Yeah.
Like now we know it exists.
Yeah, we know it exists. Okay, so it may take me a couple days instead of half a second, but just let me at the door.
Yeah.
I'll tinker my shit way through anything. Yeah. And on said planet, under its beautiful wink moon, and there's nobody home. Although Jonas, who's in full Daniel this episode.
He's pretty Daniel.
He's very Daniel, and he's going to Daniel all the live long day. He does actually think the writing is furling, which Jack thinks is weird because he just pictures them as cute little furry things and not like weapons makers.
Is furling a Star Trek thing? Because that's what I think of.
No. Okay.
I also think of Popples.
Popples!
Do you remember Popples?
Oh, I remember Popples.
All I can think of is that they're these cute little things that you can roll up into a ball and then
they're
toss
like
it.
Yeah, like Weebles and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
And Jonas can really only translate a small part of it. It says the righteous may pass. And Sam finds where the magic weird key goes. She finds some interface. She doesn't recognize any of the technology, though, unfortunately. Jack's like, well, but can you make it work?
She's like, am I Sam? Yes, I can.
Except she can't. At least
but she will.
And which leads Jack to come back through the Stargate and recommend to Hammond something he never thought he would recommend. Out of the elevator walks Henry Mayborn, handcuffed. And it's such a big deal that they even had to have like the president sign off on this.
Yeah.
And the trust.
Very appropriate.
Yeah, the trust is going to work both ways. Like both on Mayborn's part and on the SGC Jack's part.
Right. Because he's going to give up the information and like he's got to trust that they're going to give him whatever this part it is.
And so everyone understands like how much he's helped out on some major shit recently. So, and Mayborn shows him the key. And Jack, of course, just immediately snatches it and is like, bye.
So I love the way he's got this key wrapped up in like the rattiest towel of all time. And he's like, hang on, let me open this carefully, this threadbare thing. It's got like stains on it.
It's disgusting.
It's gross.
It's disgusting.
What do I hold my valuables in? The most disgusting towel I can find.
I'm assuming that's the towel it was originally found in back,
maybe,
80 years ago. And like the key going without Mayborn is a no-go for Mayborn.
Jack gives us his version of a come again for Big Pudge.
Basically, he's, the only person who has the combination is Mayborn. It was found on some scroll in a pharaoh's tomb 80 years ago, and it was previously untranslatable.
Okay.
Mayborn was recently able to translate it.
Yes.
When someone asks him how, he doesn't hear the question.
He's like, no words.
And yeah, if they want to use the key and access the power of the gods, then they have to take along Mayborn to open the door. The power of Grayskull. So, cut to Mayborn is geared up to head off world.
Yeah, which is really fun to see.
Yeah, and the only reason he wanted to go with him is because he's never actually gotten to go through the Stargate before.
And I want to share this scene because there's a moment where everybody's gone through the gate and he and Jack are about to pass through, and he's like, "Just give me a minute." And look, as hateful as he is, there's this amount of respect that he has.
Yes,
for the Stargate, for the things on the other side of it that our other villains don't seem to capture.
Well, I think it's because even like Mayborn, for having bad ways of going about things, was part of the good NID. Yeah. He wanted the same things. Yeah. He wanted to be able to go through the Stargate. He didn't agree with, he didn't agree with how careful and stuff like that the SGC was being. Yeah. So, he was not, as much as he's a villain of today, he wasn't part of the bad guy shadow agency of the NID.
I think that's the hook that keeps him likable.
Yeah.
It's just this idea of like, he's just I guess he's an antagonist in the best, in the most appropriate sense of that word. Yep. But I really love that they make this moment here. I love that the writers take a minute to remind us that like this dude, as shitty as he is more than this one dimension of bad guy, quote unquote. He actually, there's some respect here. He's a little like holy shit, I'm going through the gate. This is a big fucking deal.
And I truly think that, like, with behind all it's either
it's like our most likable villain.
Yeah. Behind all the bravado and like grief that Jack and Mayborn give each other, like Mayborn respects Jack.
Yeah. If the couple of decisions had been made differently, those two could have been friends.
Exactly.
Like actual friends.
There's a reason that Mayborn goes to Jack to give this offer. It's because Jack is one of the few people he would trust to be able to honestly look at the offer.
I like Mayborn.
Yeah.
He's sometimes.
So at the introductions, I mean, he's still an asshole. He's still an asshole.
Absolutely.
So with the introductions done on the planet and Tonas is out gathering more stuff to catalog and translate, Mayborn puts his key into the key slot, spins it around a few times, and nothing happens.
The best fake out ever.
The best fake. He's very confused. And he's not really sure what happened. And then Sam goes over to take a look. And then he grabs her Zat gun and zats her at close range. And then zats Jack, although he's a badass, so he's only like shaking it off for a couple seconds.
Stunned for a second. Yeah.
And he tries to tackle Mayborn as he jumps through the gateway that's just opened.
Yeah.
And they end up in a field full of dandelions, which Jack...
And they hold hands and they run.
To yellow brick road.
Yeah.
And Jack only notices this after he wants to beat the shit out of Mayborn.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, yeah. That's what happens when you go through a gate that you're unsure of. They're lucky they didn't land in, like, hot lava pits.
Yeah. Which could happen even on this planet.
Yeah.
Don't land in the one corner of the big island right now. How are you?
Yeah.
And Jonas and Teal'c get back to the temple and find Sam, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Can we not do this? This is super shitsville.
To be fair, they're probably completely oblivious that they bought Mayborn here.
Yeah.
Because they were gone when Mayborn showed up.
Yeah. Shit. That's true.
They just see Sam unconscious.
Yeah.
Don't split the party, guys. You left Sam
learn that
alone. Don't split the party.
Yeah.
Never.
Good job, guys.
Split the party. So, back with Jack and Mayborn. Jack wants to know where they are.
Jayborn?
Ooh, Jayborn.
Jayborn works.
Jayborn.
Okay.
Want to know where the fuck they are, but more importantly, where the fuck is the Zat gun? Which Mayborn's like, oh, maybe the doorway filters out weapons.
Yeah.
Jack goes, P90.
Weapon.
Okay, fine. Gould weapons.
Which is pretty plausible.
Is completely plausible. Because whoever made this was not thinking about, propelled bullet weapons.
Right, because who would do that?
Exactly. So, it's like they're not going to block a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, fine. Since they're here, Mayborn will just show Jack what's here. And he walks off. So back with Sam, she's getting nowhere.
Yeah.
She's getting frustrated. Jonas is going to head back and get Hammond to send out a UAV and try to pinpoint Jack's tracking device.
Yeah. I love this build-up for Sam that happens. And it's like frustrated, annoyed, and we'll go through it, but it's like annoyed and frustrated is where we start here.
Yeah.
And it's just building and building and building. So I love where this goes.
So as they walk out in the field, Mayborn tells Jack he's not going back to Earth. To be fair, he's not even sure they could get back to Earth anyway.
Yeah.
And he thinks that's kind of part of the deal of this place.
I gotta tell you, I have a lot of respect for this exit plan. Mayborn's fucked up everything for himself.
Yep.
He's like, I fucked up. I went the wrong, which again shows a level of respect.
Yeah.
Of like, I lost.
Yep.
I lost this battle.
I'm not going to try to fix this anymore.
There's no fixing this. Really, this is my exit plan.
Yep.
I'm gonna live off planet. I'm gonna make the best I can out of it and fucking be at it. Granted, he thought this would be utopia. He thought people were gonna be feeding him grapes. And fanning him, but still, the idea that he's like, I know I can't go back there and fuck with this any further and violate what I've done in this situation.
So I'm going to give up everything.
Yeah, this idea of accepting your reality, there's a lot of respect in that for me.
And by the way, this is where you really start to notice the camera work in this episode.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
and it's so. Because it's so different from the normal camera work, it's a lot. It's not as it's an unsteady cam.
Yeah, it's not a Stargate cam.
It's not. It's definitely more handheld.
And it does have a feel of an old Western or like an 80s action movie.
It's a little spooky, especially later when they desaturate everything
and the soundtrack,
the contrast.
Comes in.
Yeah, this is shot so awesomely.
It's fun, and it's fun and it's awesome. And I like that they don't use it all the time.
Yes,
it's like this works for this episode,
which is why it sort of really stands out really nicely. And Jack wants to know if Mayborn's completely lost his mind. Because Jack will gladly put him on as mystery if need be.
Yeah. There's a really fun thing that happens in this episode, too, where he just calls him Harry a lot more.
Yeah.
Again, it becomes a little more personal, become a little more familiar with it. It's just, I really love the way they treat this bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
So apparently this place is an alien utopia. And long ago, some advanced aliens wanted to drop all of their technology and set up this isolated community out in the middle of nowhere. And other people would have to be basically approved and invited in order to come.
Secret society. It's like coming over to our house.
Exactly. You can't just show
everybody in. Yeah.
And the stone and the scroll with the passcode was the invitation.
Boom.
So
it's like in Coco. When he wants to go to the big party I'm not going to say anymore because you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's about to come out on Netflix.
Guys, watch Coco.
It's about to come out on Netflix.
Okay. Yes.
And I can't decide whether I need Grace here the first time I watch it, or if I just should not have Grace to just be able to.
I think we watch it and we record it
because I can see the Grace in the corner might be the same way that me in the corner sometimes, where something I'm anticipating like. Just wait. Just keep watching. What's the next scene? Just keep watching.
We'll have to ask friend Amanda's opinion because I did drag her to see it for my second
time.
Or
one of those goes like, did you catch that? Did you catch that?
See what you did there?
Did you see the thing in the corner?
Let me tell you what that means right there because I know that's a thing that means a thing.
That one should be the second time.
I actually did that a lot to Jesse because a lot of it is cultural and I was like, see that's a real thing that he's like watching movie.
Yeah, and see that's why I was like, that's why I said I might need.
I like it.
For the
like
second
it. You should
time,
digest it first,
so that I can like Bartender Nick and I can just watch it.
Yes.
And then the next time you can just interrupt and be the commentary. And that actually might be a great thing to record.
I'm okay with
for the Patreons.
We have not watched a movie in a while.
No, so that might be when Coco finally comes out on Netflix.
Let's do it.
You can
be
that person in everyone else's ear pointing things out.
I'm okay with it. Just be prepared for sing-alongs.
I'm fine with that.
I
mean, we never sing on this podcast.
I'm going to sing to you guys in Spanish.
Oh! I love when Grace pulls the Spanish out.
I'm convinced that I sound better in Spanish. Spoilers, I sound bad in both languages.
To be fair, I sound fantastic in the car.
Yeah, that's true.
In the car, man, I am on point.
The acoustics.
I never miss a note. For some reason, though, once someone else is in the car,
they ruin the acoustics.
Exactly.
There's body in the car.
Start missing notes, and I'm not on pitch. But man, when I'm alone in the car, I am on point. Especially when I'm belting things out for musical theater. Anyway, so and then Jack is
mad at Kaylee.
Yeah, Jack is mad at Kaylee. But he's starting to realize this has nothing to do with Simmons.
Right.
Nothing. This was what Mayborn was after.
It was always a plan to get himself off planet.
It was the only way he can get off planet. And Jack's like, Harry, it's not that I can't believe you lied to me again. It's that you lied to me again.
Yeah. I knew you would. Yeah. But you didn't.
But you did. I was hoping it wouldn't be now. I was hoping it'd be later, but it's just right now. And so no matter what this turns out to be like, it is better than wherever Mayborn has been trying to hide out recently.
Which makes sense. It's like I want to go from living in a hole in the ground or whatever I've been doing, Saddam style.
In a hole in the ground that lived a hobbit.
Way nicer than Saddam style.
Yeah, it's who knows what corner of the planet
he's just hiding out in. Yeah.
There's nothing left on Earth for him, and he's tired of running. So, why not risk retiring in paradise?
Where would you run to? If you were in this situation where you fucked up, and not even fucked up, the shit at the fence so royally that you're on the run.
But then they're going to listen to this and know where I am.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to made up place here. I'm gonna go to Antarctica and live amongst the penguins.
No,
like I'm a penguin.
I would probably pick one of two styles. I would either find some like tiny islands out in the Pacific tropical style, or I'd find some tropical islands up in like the sorry, Outer Hebrides, like up in Scotland.
Nice.
And then we can have sheep.
I like it.
And then I will use the sheep to get the wool.
I think I would live in like Mexico City.
And then I would spin the wool. and then I would knit the wool.
And just knit forever. That's happiness for you. I think I would hide in plain sight.
Okay.
Like some very large populated city. Like it can't be an Asian country because they'd stick out too much.
Yeah.
So probably somewhere South America or Mexico City.
Well, you could
go to Europe.
You could also be like in like the India subcontinent too.
That's true.
You could pull that off. Yeah.
But somewhere where it's like there's so many people that when the chase happens and they try to find me, I can like knock over vendors and steal a moped. And
like, you get the boats too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm basically just creating a
Kayla's gonna come with you to Amsterdam.
She's coming. She likes the hashish.
My dog would be so weird stoned. We're never gonna get her stoned. So anyways, back in the gate room, Siler is finishing up the prep work for the UAV, and at this point, Jack and Mayborn have only been gone for a couple hours. And Sam keeps trying to apologize, and Hammond's like, let's just focus on finding them before we're like, oh, whose blame is this?
Yeah, no, like, she's escalating to anger. Like, anguish and anger.
Spoiler, she continues through the episode escalating. And Jack now is pretty sure that they're lost. But Mayborn's like, nope, we're right on track. He's like, it is weird though. There was supposed to be a greeting party around here, but there's no Mai Tais.
Oh, don't worry, you'll find them.
No Lays, no Cabana Boys, no Steel Drums. There's nothing. And they come upon an empty village, or what used to be a village, long deserted, filled with skeletons that Jack is pretty sure were not on the brochure. And he also finds some like map plates.
Yeah, I love that. So let me tell you, when I first saw him pick up that thing, I was like, what is he doing with a tortilla warmer?
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
Why is he carrying around a tortilla warmer?
Because it looks like the steamers.
Yeah, like he's going to pick up the little top. And then,
Yeah.
Is he making food in there?
He is. He's making fish.
He's got his fish in there,
There's the fish are in there. So back at the ruins, Dr. Sam, it is Dr. Sam. But Dr. Lee and Sam start butting heads. And it gets so heated it disturbs Teal'c's Kelno Reem.
Yeah, he's like, guys, do you not see my candles?
I bring them with me wherever I go.
I was thinking about that. I was like, does he just lug candles everywhere?
Yeah, half of his backpack is candles.
He's actually got like no food rations.
To be fair, have you noticed that Teal'c rarely carries a backpack?
Yeah. When he does, it's just because he's got.
They're just in his cargo pants.
Now, are they flameless, or does he have like?
No, there's that looks like there's flames in there. They're the camp like wet. They can be the wet matches. Yeah,
I like that.
So back at the village, if you can call
part of its Dungeoneer's kit, if you will.
They clearly are. If you can call that a village, but wherever it is, Jack is going to basically, before he decides to kill Mayborn, he's going to sleep on it. And he does sleep on it, and we get some great shots of, is that a moon? Is that a planet? You should see that thing over the ruins.
Moonlit. I don't know. A moonlit sounds like a baby moon.
It is.
It's a little tiny moonlit.
Little tiny moonlit. Well, and the little protoplanets are like little planetoids. It could be like a little moonatoid.
It's a moonatoid.
It's a moonatoid.
That's a great name for a dog.
Moonatoid.
Moonatoid. And just call him Moon. Oh, it's too close to Moon.
Moony.
Oh, I like Moon.
So
Meepo.
Inside joke for those we play Dungeons and Dragons.
30-second tangent. Right?
Yes. Okay, go. I know you're going to.
An NPC named Meepo. He's a little kobold dragon. Not lizard. Kobold lizard.
Yeah.
Danae, my character, takes to the little kobold and decides to protect it, and then it gets captured. And then Grace, outside of grave, because loses her goddamn mind.
Because Danae is like, I'm going to teach you how to fight and you run and blah blah blah, protect yourself. So
basically, Danae is inspired by Teal'c, and this is her little Ryak.
Yeah, And then Meepo basically gets caught because he's trying to be brave and trying to save everyone else.
I'm gonna cry right now. Guys, play D&D.
We were going to.
It is the fucking greatest.
We were going to end, and then we realized Meepo was captured.
It was like I honestly think that the sheer. I think my friends just really care about it, and they're like, we can't leave Grace alone right now. We gotta get back in that dungeon.
We gotta get Meepo back.
Yeah.
We almost died saving Meepo.
We might lose Grace and Danae.
Yeah. we almost died saving Meepo, but we were able to not die and not kill Meepo.
Nobody. Well, a lot of people are died.
A lot of people died, but not the good guys. A lot of people are
unconscious. But we won't talk about that. Including the half-orc.
Yeah, our half-orc.
We took down a half-orc because of my insane need to protect. Like, Danae went Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
She got a special set of skills.
Took down, like, hobgoblins and
a dragon.
And a dragon. And what's that thing? A cave troll. Killed a cave troll.
Yeah, flayed it, if you will.
Flayed.
All right.
Okay. Anyways. So, the village, but yeah, Jack decides not to kill him.
Yeah.
But he does do a bunch of hiking and scouting and pretty scenic stuff. And so he's basically figured that they should sit here and basically survive and wait to get rescued.
And eat shitty arugula.
And eat shitty arugula, which Mayborn thinks is crap because this place is a secret and no one's supposed to be able to find them.
Right.
But, you know, survival. Okay. So they need to find food and drinkable water. And of course, Mayborn's like, well, I've just been drinking the lake straight up.
Yeah.
And Jack's like, you're an idiot.
I like that. And basically, he's like, and how's that working for you? Doing good? Doing well?
You should not do that. Guys, just spoiler warning, unless you know the lake, or you're super that desperate, don't drink lake water.
Don't drink the lake water.
Unless you have this nice little purifier things, don't drink the lake water.
Standing water, no good.
But Mayborn's like, I'm not dead yet. And my head goes, yes, he is.
Yeah.
He'll be stone dead in a moment. And I just want to then quote
not dead yet.
all of Monty Python.
I do like that. Can I please have a gun? No. Can I please have
that's
a gun?
later. That's
gotcha.
later. Yeah. So back at the ruins, Dr. Lee and his scientists are packing up.
This is when Sam goes full mad Sam.
So Sam walks in to see that, and it does not go well.
Yeah.
After she reports to Teal'c that the Tok'ra, they don't know when they're going to have an operator of a ship ready. That's a key point for later. But the important part, Sam is like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I see you packing, but I don't see a Jack.
Yeah.
So
see how that doesn't work?
That doesn't compute.
Yeah.
And Lee's like, we've been here a week. And we could spend the rest of our lives here. We can't figure out the door. We're not making an inch of progress.
Yeah.
And we don't even know if we can turn it on. And if we did turn it on, I'm pretty sure we can't control it without the key. We're done.
Yeah.
He's lost.
Yeah.
Like, not every problem has a solution. And then Sam's like, I say when we're done here.
Yeah. You're not in charge. Which was fucking like, yes, you do. Thank you, boss.
Yeah.
That's what your answer is.
Instead, he goes, no, Hammond is. And I'll submit a report. And then if he wants a longer project, I'll be happy to come back.
I can see Hammond being like, no, she's boss right now because she's here.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is a fun scene just to see Sam in her full anger.
It is. And it's because and the thing is I truly believe. Now, there may be some hierarchy when you're actually on the planet, but if this was back at the SGC, like, Lee doesn't report to Sam.
No, he doesn't. No, and it's true. I just love the opportunity to see Sam completely own these emotions in a way that she's like, stuff that shit down there.
Yeah, get that way down in there. Way up in there, Morty.
Yeah, file that away for a later time. Today, she's like, I have none fucks.
Save that away for when you're in the gym.
Yeah. Not today.
When you're sparring with Teal'c.
Yeah.
Back at the village, this pond has fish. And Jack has made a fishing rod, but he's not getting any fish to bite yet.
Well, it's Gross Lake.
And Mayborn is complaining about the sounds and the weird space arugula.
I love that. Space arugula.
Space arugula.
It's disgusting. And yeah, as a fan of green things, I'm not a fan of arugula, so I get it.
I can't straight arugula. No.
Yeah.
If it's in something,
that's fair.
You know, it just adds that little peppery taste.
Sure.
Yeah. And he's just getting sick of it. Mayborn's sick of the space arugula at this point. Sick of it. Okay. So for something to eat, Mayborn just throws explosives into the lake.
I mean, whatever. That's your version of fishing. Right on, buddy.
Which Jack is like, that is wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. But thank you for the fish.
Yeah. Later at the camp, when they're eating said fish, Jack is like, never do that again.
Yeah. It's awful. It's kind of just awful.
Yeah.
Because also now you've got all this dead fish that you can't eat.
Yeah.
You can't. There's nowhere to store it.
Nope.
It's just gonna rot.
There's no salt.
Yeah. So really, you fucked yourself.
And then Mayborn is like, "Are you sure you're not hearing things around here?"
Yeah.
Kaylee's hearing things. Are you not hearing things? I spend a lot of time out wandering for, like, last night I heard someone and I spent a whole bunch of time running around looking for the person. And there's no animal tracks. It's not an animal.
Yeah.
And like, and Jack's like, "Are you losing your mind?" Mayborn's like, "No, I'm serious. Like, I'm hearing shit. It's spooky." And Jack's like, "Made only so by your presence."
Yeah.
Which I love that line. And, you know, Mayborn is spooked and he wants Jack's sidearm.
He's like, "Please, can I have a gun?" And it's like, no gun for you. "Please, can I have a gun?" No gun for you. I do like this. I mean, it's just a back and forth just to see how they exist. I want to see a horror movie with these two.
Yes.
Where they basically spend the majority of the time blaming each other than trying to figure out what's killing people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Look, I just want to protect myself." And this is where it gets really heated between them.
Yeah.
And Jack's like, "We're alone. The only thing you need to be afraid of is me."
Yeah.
And Mayborn sort of takes it as a threat. Because it's like a half-failed threat.
Yeah.
And takes his fish and goes home.
Well, yeah.
Ish. To a thing.
Wall. Go to my hut.
Corner.
Yeah. Of the whatever.
Sometime later, Jack hides a grenade and some clips for the P90 under some hay behind things and some scrub.
You know, to be safe.
So, but we do see from a first-person perspective someone or something as we're watching Jack do this.
Yeah.
So back on Earth, the rest of the team and Hammond are in the briefing room, and Sam is trying to do her best to convince Hammond to build a rocket on the planet to launch a satellite in orbit to track Jack.
Because Sam goes big.
Go big or go home.
Yep, that's fair. Sam's not about, like, the minimal invasion for things. She's like, what is the biggest thing full on I can do? Yeah.
And it's weirdly, but my favorite, this reminds me like of Contact when it's like, why build one when you can have two for double the price? But the Toker can get the satellite back later, so we'll be fine. It's only the cost will be minimal compared to not getting it back at all. And suddenly the Toker call. They've already flown over the planet. Yeah. And there's no humans there. I mean, it wasn't someone you knew or you weren't close to him or anything, were you?
Yeah.
Because
it's all gone.
He's gone.
I like that. Hey, this is the Turker just here to tell you that we're useless.
Yeah.
Thanks,
bye. So back in the village, quotation marks village, Jack wakes up from his little corner and realizes his P90 is gone. Mm-hmm. But his 9mm is there, and it gets super creepy. Yeah. And the contrast is ramped up. And he's silently barefoot creeping around the camp.
This is when you know that shit's gonna hit the fan.
His store of clips and the grenade are gone. And he continues, like, Mayborn's nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. But he does see the plate maps.
His tortilla warmer?
The tortilla warmer.
Yep.
And he takes it back to his corner and starts flipping through it. And he takes them out of frames and he's studying them while he's eating the space arugula.
Which, by the way, best diet ever. Just to maroon yourself on a moon.
And live on psychotropic drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
So he pulls off some charcoal from the log and starts pondering. He starts marking where all the skeletons are. Mm. So he goes and sits back down as the camera pans around him.
High, but still able to do all this.
Yeah, and the camera...
Maybe because he's high.
Yeah. It's this beautiful shot where the camera pans around him as the desaturates.
Yeah, as it turns into apocalypse now.
And it's almost imperceptible.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Done. And he hears something, and he takes cover, and the going
music comes up,
full-blown paranoid.
Yeah.
He's going a bit manic, and eventually he puts his shoes on, his vest on, and he heads out, and he comes across another village, just as empty, just as dead.
Yeah.
And notices among the bodies a tiny little snake-like skeleton.
I wonder what that could be.
Oh, a little snake-like Gould. And then later at the SGC, it's the most feels moment ever.
Oh, big feels.
Teal'c goes into the women's locker room because it's only Sam and she's fully clothed.
Well, and because Sam's doing her like emo cry in in the one spotlight in the room. She's just like going full on, like I'm gonna feel so many feels right now.
It's full of affair.
In the way I've never felt feels in the feelers.
Yeah. And
I'm not drunk.
He just sits there with Sam. She's not giving up hope, but it's been almost a month.
Yeah.
And the door isn't the answer, and it feels like they've just lost Daniel, and Sam isn't sure that she can lose anyone else.
It's really just she's finally grieving for Daniel.
Yeah, and as Sam cries on Teal'c's shoulder, Teal'c embraces her.
Oh God, that Teal'c hug.
Oh, that Teal'c hug.
I'm not crying.
Oh, we all want a Teal'c hug. So
best hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jack is out walking the forest, and he trips a tripwire, and Jack sees at the last moment, because we have close-ups on the eyeballs, and dives as a grenade goes off. And then something gets his leg, it's stuck in his leg, and he goes down, and he's bleeding, and there's a wild boar running after him.
Shit's hitting the fan.
Shit's hitting the fan. And he tries to shoot the wild boar, and then he hears a Mayborn yell, and Jack limps through the forest.
It's Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
He's Marlon Brando. He's lost his goddamn mind.
To an injured Mayborn, because Jack accidentally shot him. By accident. And he's like, no, you wanted to kill me from the start. He starts backing away in Crazy Town. And Jack's, as he's trying to run away, Jack's like, stop eating the plant. It's making you crazy.
Yeah. You going nuts, dude. Yeah.
And then Jack pulls
if I thought I was dying, I would just eat a shit ton of it anyway.
Yeah. But Jack pulls a giant spike out of his leg.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not good. Back in Sam's lab, they're still looking for answers, and Teal'c's on the computer, which for some reason seems weird.
Yeah, well, he's like, what else am I going to do? I've Kelmer ringed all fucking episode. I guess I'll play with this thing.
And Jonas comes in saying that Hammond...
He's playing solitaire.
He's playing Minecraft. Minecraft. And he starts, but Hammond's starting to look for new leaders for SG-1, including Sam.
Ouch. Yeah.
And he finds some old photos, finally, of the key, and Sam finally makes the connections between the photos and the videos. And Sam makes the connection. It's the moon!
It's a moon puzzle.
They weren't sent to the other side of the planet or a different planet. They were sent to the moon. That's no moon.
That's no moon. But it is. That's a moon.
So in the village, Jack has a badly bandaged bad leg. Yeah. And he's very tired. And he hears a sound and perks up. And it's Mayborn in the distance with camo mud all over his face.
Yeah.
Jack yells that, this is all the Gould's fault. They couldn't bring a weapon through the gates. They brought a drug plant. Whatever is supposed to go down went wrong. And it just made everyone the bad kind of high.
Yep. Yeah.
And they all killed each other. And it's messing with Mayborn now, and Jack is not trying to kill him. Mayborn doesn't believe him.
Because when you're on drugs, it's hard to believe anyone.
Yeah.
The people trying to help you.
So he fires a long line of the P90 at Jack and then throws a grenade and runs up. But Jack has flanked him and trains his gun on Mayborn. And after some very dramatic close-ups and very dramatic music.
This is the best scene ever.
Jack, goes, drop it or I'm going to shoot you.
First of all, this is exactly how it plays out when I tell Stormy to drop something. The lights go down, the music gets loud, and I go, Stormy, drop it. And then he looks at me with a wild-eyed stare and is like, Mommy, you're going to have to shoot me first. Because I found this on the walk, and it is delicious.
It is mine.
And it is now mine.
Finders keepers.
But this is the scene that I had to go back and, start over twice, and then be like, whoever Jesse, you have to see this. You have to see the beauty that is this fucking scene.
Jack's like, drop it or I'll shoot you. And we see Jack's finger slowly tighten on the trigger.
And Mayborn's eyes get wilder.
And the music tenses up. And Mayborn starts to make a motion towards Jack. And Jack shoots. And then we see Mayborn's face as he's shot.
It's like all I'm waiting for is like the high noon music, like that. It's an old western.
Yep.
It's Rambo.
Yep.
It's Predator.
Yep.
All fucking rolled into one. I loved it.
And then we see flashes of Jack's like, you're losing blood, and I need to act or you'll die.
Yeah. I'm sorry I had to shoot you, but I had to shoot you.
And then a day or so later, Mayborn wakes up next to the fire. Some retirement this turned out to be. And he's sobering up slowly from the space arugula. And he's really screwed up this time. Yeah. But Jack doesn't blame him. The drugs killed everyone here. Yeah. Like, it's not like you're special or anything. And Jack insists that Mayborn can't die yet. He's like, well, what difference would the fuck make if I died now? He goes, yeah. And as a Tok'ra ship flies overhead, he goes,
we're safe.
Because we're about to get rescued.
Yeah.
Mayborn's like, okay, well, what's the point of me going back? I'd rather die here on this planet right now than go back to jail.
Yeah.
And
he's done. He's done dealing with that life.
Jack's been thinking about that. He thinks Mayborn has suffered enough. And he even got to shoot him twice.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk to the Tok'ra and maybe find Mayborn a nice planet to go to.
Do we think they take some of the space arugula back?
No. No. No.
Kaylee is very unhappy about that idea.
Kaylee is very unhappy about it.
I would totally take some space arugula back.
Of course you would.
And smoke it. Dry it and smoke it. I love it.
Yeah, it's so
we're gonna wrap up quickly.
We have to wrap up real quick because I literally have like 1% battery left on my recording device. So as Kaylee's going crazy, would you rate this anywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on my list. I gotta look at the list, but somewhere I'm gonna say
I'm
3
like,
or 4.
For some reason, not finding it. Right. Hold on.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 3 or 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with this could go higher. This is literally my favorite scene in all of Stargate.
Okay.
Just that because of that one scene, it carries a whole episode. Plus, we get some Sam feels.
Yes.
There's not a lot of Teal'c Jonas in it, but my God.
It's a good episode.
Yeah, it's just a good episode. So, look, for now, let's drop. Actually, I'm going to drop the other guys. Okay. And put it in instead of other guys.
Okay.
So, my list now reads Descent, Abyss, Redemptions, Paradise Lost, and Allegiance. And
I'm actually going to, as much as I like Smoke and Mirrors, I enjoy this one more. Okay. Because I really do, like, I'm a sucker for just the 2 guys. It's like the play. Yeah. It's like a place. 2 guys in a room. Yeah,
that's true. It's so well done. And that fucking scene just gets me every time. I just enjoy it. It
was so good.
Joy. And it shows that there's a sense of humor, that they take light. Yep. They're not taking themselves too seriously or too, like, whatever. Guys, thanks for listening. We're gonna wrap up because we're literally about to die. Yeah, exactly. Find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast. Keep an eye out for MegaCon.
We'll start the lead up Friday or Thursday night. Barton, Nick, and I are watching Solo, so we'll start the Twitter spree Thursday night. Got it. Find us on Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
Email us at There's No Place Like Terra @gmail.com.
Find us at patreon.com/There's No Place Like Terra. Also, pay attention if you give any shits about the royal wedding or Britain or the royal family or any shit like that, weddings in general.
There's gonna be with a tangent.
There's gonna be a tangent cast on Patreon, a top secret cast soon.
We love you guys. The battery's about to die. Bye.
Bye. Bye.